To our people.
Mr Chairman.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Chairman, I firstly want to acknowledge Marama Fox and the work that the Maori Party has done with this government that has enabled us to deliver things like a $25 increase in benefit payments, the first in more than 30 years. I want to acknowledge their work that has enabled us to provide for free doctors' visits for those under the age of 13. And an area I want to particularly acknowledge the Maori Party, on which we're also making progress, is improving the quality of housing. And let me talk about this area, because we are provided in this government's term for the insulation of 290,000 homes through the Healthy Homes Initiative. We've also insulated 30,000 state houses, and we've also set down a program just announced with tenancy changes for 180,000 other homes to be insulated. Mr Chairman, that is 500,000 homes, 1.2 million people living in warmer, drier homes. And I challenge the Labor members that are interjecting. How many did Labor do in their 9 years? We did 500,000. Mr Cunliffe.
Sorry, order. The continual barraging across the chamber is unacceptable. Tone it down. I actually want to hear what the Minister is saying, and I'm sitting right beside him. The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Chairman, I'm happy to keep here the record. 500,000 homes, warmer and drier, are under our government. Under the 9 years of Labor, they did not 500,000, but 15,000. And they have the gall to stand up in the House and to pretend that they are the only ones that care. Mr Speaker, I want to talk about Homestart, because this government is providing the most generous support for first home owners in more than a generation. Some of the older grey hairs might remember the state advances loans. They might remember capitalising family benefit. What we are doing in this budget is putting $430 million into helping young New Zealand families get over that hurdle and being able to buy their first home. And Mr Speaker, there's only one problem that we've had in the last 3 months, and that has been dealing with the tsunami of applications of new first homeowners from Invercargill to Kaitaia who are picking up on that scheme and getting themselves into a home. Mr Speaker, I want to challenge Phil Twyford, because never have I faced such a duplicitous opposition spokesperson who is all over the paddock. He challenges us to put LVRs in place, and when they're put in place, he opposes them. He's a spokesperson who, when interest rates go up, he complains and says it's bad, and when interest rates go down, he complains and says that it's bad. He demanded, when I first became minister, not to interfere in the Auckland Council. He organised for my hoarding to be put up all over Auckland. And then he's got the gall to say, oh, but the minister's not doing enough in Auckland. Well, let me give the numbers. Every year since 2013 that I have been minister, the number of new houses being built in Auckland has grown by 20% per year. There has never been a period in the last 3 years, any time in Auckland's history, when there has been as fast a pickup in the rate of house build. But Mr Speaker, here's the really embarrassing bit. Never have I seen a spokesperson tear up the heritage of a party that I thought stood for inclusion than his cynical attack on those with Chinese-sounding names. And Mr Speaker, you only need to see the reaction of spokespeople in the Labor Party who now cringe every time Phil Twyford gets to his feet, because in the most clumsy manoeuvre we've seen in this House this year from Phil Twyford, has burnt up 50 years of hard work where people thought the Labor Party stood for racial equality, stood for inclusion, and now we know they're out to cynically target one ethnic group with this housing challenge.
I'm going to call Porter Williams.